Teen Mom fans were repulsed by Drew Barrymore's extreme closeness to Mackenzie. Mackenzie, along with her co-star Brianna Datasis, appeared as guests on the hit talk show. Yet, it was Drew's lack of distance that struck everyone. Keep reading for more details. Teen Mom fans repulsed by Drew's closeness to Mackenzie. One of the biggest problems that viewers have with Drew Barrymore is how she is always on top of her guests. She gives them very little personal space, which can be disturbing at times. Drew understands that she can be too much and has vowed to be more mindful. That does not appear to be the case, especially after Teen Mom stars Mackenzie and Brianna Datasis were recent guests. Followers of Mackenzie's have long speculated that she was hiding a pregnancy. When she was on the Drew Barrymore show, she confirmed that she was expecting twins. Mackenzie, Drew knew beforehand but quietly confirmed with Mackenzie if it was okay to say there were twins. She had undergone IVF, where she had 2 embryos implanted, and hoped for the best. Now she and her fiancé Cassandra Hall are in for double the ride. Mackenzie is already a mother to 3 kids from her previous marriage to Josh McKee, but this is a fresh start. Everyone was thrilled about Mackenzie and her big news, but as she was sharing details, Drew was very much on top of the mother-to-be. This is her normal behavior, but followers and fans were utterly repulsed by it. Watch on TikTok. Drew Barrymore, as she always does, leaned into the Teen Mom star and was very much in her face. Mackenzie did not seem uncomfortable with this, but followers were. They claimed it was giving them anxiety over her being right up in Mackenzie's face. More so, they felt she was creepy with her uncomfortable closeness. It seems Drew has yet to learn about and understand personal space, although she clearly does not mean any harm. Back off, Drew. After seeing the Teen Mom segment and how physical Drew Barrymore was with Mackenzie, they immediately spoke out. They shared how happy they were for Mackenzie, but could not feel good about Drew. She was so handsy, and that put off so many. Why does she sit so close to everyone? My anxiety could never. I just want to tell her to get off of people, like no. Drew is so creepy. Dame Drew back up, but yay. Why is she all up in her face like that? There's no personal space law. Drew needs to back the hell up low. Of course, other comments discussed how many Teen Mom fans already knew that Mackenzie was pregnant. She just waited to share it, and it was questioned if this was because she was under contract with MTV. Therefore, she would have to wait for filming to break the big news. Either way, this is a huge moment, but it would have been better if Drew backed off a touch. The usually effervescent and seemingly harmless demeanor of talk show host Drew Barrymore has once again become the subject of intense online criticism, as Teen Mom fans expressed outright repulsion over her extreme physical proximity to guest Mackenzie. McKee, alongside fellow Teen Mom alum Brianna Datasis, appeared on the Drew Barrymore show to share personal updates, but it was Barrymore's habitual lack of personal space that completely overshadowed the segments, leaving viewers collectively squirming. The incident has reignited long-standing complaints about Barrymore's on-screen interactions and her perceived inability to respect guests' physical boundaries. Drew Barrymore has long been known for her exuberant, almost childlike enthusiasm, which often translates into a very hands-on approach with her guests. She has a documented history of leaning in closely, touching, and generally minimizing the physical distance between herself and those she interviews. While seemingly stemming from a place of genuine warmth and engagement, this consistent behavior has frequently drawn criticism for being overwhelming and, for many, deeply uncomfortable. Barrymore herself has acknowledged these complaints in the past, even vowing to be more mindful of personal space. A promise that, in the eyes of Teen Mom fans, clearly went unfulfilled during featuring Mackenzie was particularly highly anticipated. For weeks, rumors had swirled among her followers that she was secretly pregnant, a speculation that finally culminated in a public confirmation on the Drew Barrymore show. McKee, with her fiancé Cassandra Hall by her side, joyfully announced that she was expecting twins, a revelation that brought widespread excitement and congratulations from her fanbase. She candidly shared details of her journey, including undergoing IVF and implanting 2 embryos, leading to this double blessing. This marks a new chapter for Mackenzie, who is already a mother to 3 children from her previous marriage to Josh McKee and is eagerly embracing this fresh start with Hull. Drew Barrymore, already privy to the news before the live announcement, took care to quietly confirm with Mackenzie backstage that it was indeed permissible to share the twin pregnancy news. However, as Mackenzie began to excitedly divulge the details of her pregnancy, viewers quickly noticed Barrymore's characteristic behavior. The talk show host was observed leaning heavily into Mackenzie, frequently touching her and maintaining an uncomfortably close physical proximity throughout their conversation. While Mackenzie herself appeared unfazed by Barrymore's closeness, the online audience was anything but. The reaction from Teen Mom fans and general viewers was immediate and overwhelmingly negative. Social media platforms exploded with comments expressing a collective sense of unease and even anxiety stemming from Barrymore's physical closeness. Many described her behavior as creepy and a blatant disregard for personal boundaries. The sentiment was that while Barrymore likely means no harm and is simply expressing her enthusiasm, her repeated inability to understand and respect personal space was becoming a significant deterrent for viewers. The online outrage was palpable, with fans directly appealing to Barrymore to back off. "Why does she sit so close to everyone? My anxiety could never. I just want to tell her to get off of people." Like, no. Drew is so creepy. Dang, Drew back up, but yay, for Mackenzie's news. Why is she all up in her face like that? There's no personal space, lol. Drew needs to back the hell up, lol. These comments paint a clear picture of viewer discomfort. The recurring phrases like "get off of people," "creepy," and "no personal space" underscore a widespread perception that Barrymore's conduct is not just a quirky habit, but an actual imposition on her guests' comfort and, by extension, the viewer's peace of mind. The "yay for Mackenzie's news," often appended to the criticism, highlights how Barrymore's actions detracted from what should have been a purely celebratory moment for the teen mom star. Beyond the immediate critique of Barrymore's physicality, the discussion also veered into the long-standing speculation about Mackenzie's pregnancy. Many fans asserted that they had already knew Mackenzie was expecting, questioning whether her delayed public announcement was due to contractual obligations with MTV, perhaps requiring her to hold the news for a specific filming schedule. This particular thread, while unrelated to Barrymore's behavior, nevertheless added another layer to the public's perception of authenticity versus stage reveals in the world of reality television. Ultimately, while the momentous news of Mackenzie McKee's twin pregnancy was cause for celebration among her fans, the segment on The Drew Barrymore Show became less about the exciting announcement and more about the host's problematic on-screen behavior. The overwhelming consensus from Teen Mom loyalists was that while they were thrilled for Mackenzie and her growing family, the experience would have been far more enjoyable and less unsettling if Drew Barrymore had simply backed off a touch. The incident serves as a stark reminder that even well-intentioned enthusiasm, when unchecked, can become a significant source of public discomfort, especially for a personality under the constant scrutiny of a talk show audience.